Good morning, Chris. How you doing today? Robert's in here today. What up, Robert? How's it going? I am still seeing the wonkiness with my streaming platform, so I'll have to look at this other spot here. Happens like every week now, I feel like. As we're looking at this market for the time being, just be aware that Patreon members in the video last night, I did not update the weekly moves on our charts, except for all the other stocks, right? I did, but for the SPY, those levels were incorrect. But you have the correct levels on Patreon in the weekly expected moves post. Um, these are correct for now because these aren't on the other charts. So I still have to update my other charts. That means that the top side expected move for the SPY is 607.70. And the downside move, just so you are aware and want full clarification, is 580.86. And we should be good. Oh, now I gotta do dailies too. I think daily moves were off too. Damn it. It's mainly about the other stocks, but so for today, we see that we have Black Monday again, or Flash Crash Monday, or whatever kind of thing is going to tear us down, and we're actually going positive in the pre-market right here. So very, very interesting. Not thinking about the market. Nice. That's what we like to see. That's what you should do. That's what you really should do. I'm fine. What I like to say is kind of just, are you living to trade or are you trading to live? That's kind of how it is. So if you want to become a trader and you want to do that, well, it opens your time up. It should open your time up if you are successful with it. That's why usually I have a decent amount of open time, and I'm just like, hey, I'm going to spend that time with my girls. I'm going to sit back and relax right now. You know that I'm being overall patient because I think that we could still head to the upside into GDP. I don't really buy into, if you notice, I put on my thumbnail like Black Friday, I put Black whatever, I put Flash Crash. But in the whole video, we're discussing just what regular moves, right? We're overall mainly just saying it can happen, but you're probably going to do this first. It can happen, but what if we go like this? Are you going to react? And then we head to that upside. So I think we're doing things all right here. We're just kind of taking a very chill stance. Like I said, we're being this guy, right? Right now, you're seeing more times like this, right? And everyone keeps going over here and going over here, and we just kind of ping pong back and forth right in here. We just go like this. That's all we're doing, right? This is all we're doing. Meanwhile, everyone else, crazy here, they're wrong, lose all their money. Us, we're like, hey, yeah, okay, we're gonna think it's going this way. Oh, it's going back the other way. Okay, manage trade. Okay, maybe hop into a swing trade. Okay, make my money. All right, pullbacks most likely, right? We just think about the market with a chill vibe, and I think that makes it a lot better for us. We do see bad like daily confirmations and things like that, but you're tapping right off of the 20-day moving average. So we'll see if we're able to break down from here. Some of the stocks that I would keep my eye on, a level that I did give you as we have the other charts up today is Meta, right? You can look at pretty much the level of about 700 for Meta if you wanted to. I think it's like 699 to be exact, but 700. This area is going to be resistance, and it's proving to be resistance as of right now. I'm just wondering if you do something like, and then you fall in some way. The 30-minute chart could just curl up for Meta and be able to roll here. This is where we really want to pay attention to the rolling, right? We lose the 5. We even roll the 5, but we really set that low, and then we just take the 5 back. We set that low. Do we take the 5 back? Because if you come up to here and roll, you're going to have to make divergence, or you're going to keep falling to the downside. So you're kind of looking for those rolls today. And that, you really want to pay attention to where that 5 is. That 5's in a perfect spot. That's kind of your guideline. You see if that can curl back down. So if I was taking any kind of 30-minute play to the upside here, saying, yeah, we're going to see this, we're going to see this, what I'd be doing is if I get into that with good confirmations, I'd be looking at my 15-minute and just making sure I don't see a roll early on. And then if I do see it get up to these levels, like right here and roll, I just want to monitor that well and make sure that it's curling back up into positive territory, not making a new low at that point. right? These are times where I think you need to be paying attention to those plays, especially if you're trying to do little 30-minute plays. I'm looking for the bigger one. I am looking for the possible call on the top or the possible daily pullback, right? So right now my trades are where, and I can acknowledge that to myself, write it down in my little booklet, and I can say my trades are up here or down here. Those are the two areas this week where if we get there, I'll start to pay attention, right? That way I keep myself level, I keep myself patient if I want to trade the SPY, and I can do that with individual stocks as well. If I go look at the Qs, I can do this as well and say, okay, well, this one's a little bit different. Why? There's divergences across this RSI, which I think are very interesting. That means we can get a 2-hour move to the upside. So right now, I actually potentially have a trade with the Qs. If the 30-minute can confirm up here, I could take on some risk and see if this is a moment where we make that new high and then are able to curl down and curl back up into positive territory over time. This is that 2-hour move in a lightning bolt, right? 2-hour move in a nice Harry Potter for you. That's what I look for. I really just look at it with the weekly expected moves and say, how could I execute a trade here? Or where would I be the most comfortable? And I think that really helps people out in saying, like, you don't have to trade all of the time. You can be patient. And patience is really what's helped me over time as a trader, probably the most, is realizing that time is such a major, major asset while trading that all I have to do is sit here and go, okay, there is 30-minute divergence on the RSI. It's not on the MACD. I'm probably going to use a small amount. If that 30-minute curls up, I do not want the 15-minute to roll back down because then I have to manage a trade. I don't want to give all my money to the market maker, even if it is a small amount, like say $100, $500, $1,000. What I'm trying to do is catch the 2-hour swing trade before the 2-hour swing trade actually happens. And that means the 2-hour can go like this, and then we can start to head up to here, and then we watch out for risk because we'll actually potentially see the MACD and RSI divergence at the same time like we did right here. So as of right now, you're below the 5, so 30-minute can act as resistance off of that 5, so just be aware of that. But for now, you do have potential reversal signals. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you guys on the queues for just a moment, and then I'm going to go use the restroom and be right back. Join, like, come on in, have a good time. Say good morning to your bestie in the chat. Richard, you know who I'm talking about. You and Heel Toe need to get together and start saying hi to each other while you short and long the opposite side of each other's stocks. Morning, Bernie. Hope you're doing well today, guys. I will be right back. Alrighty. See what you guys are chatting about. Yeah, I did look at volatility today. Like I said, this is why there was a quick note in the video last night on YouTube, or yesterday, I guess, if you saw it yesterday on YouTube. The big thing here was volatility and the SPY can go up at the same time. So you are seeing what's probably you would consider like dynamic hedging. You're seeing people kind of hedge as the market continues to hold up better. And then they take those hedges off and then they put them right back on and then they take them off, right? So you're seeing that happen. That is something that can affect, like, say, Vixpiration is usually when stuff like that starts to take place. Now, the 30-minute is curling down in what? Positive territory. So easily the volatility would be something good to pay attention to, because if that is going to curl up, then the SPY would say, I'm going to reject and go down and maybe have to create a divergence or see some kind of dump, right? So that's why the SPY doesn't necessarily show those divergences. Notice it's not there. Do you see this? Like, do you see the difference between the Qs? It's not there. Like, the Qs have it with this point. If you just click over to the Qs, you see it totally different, right? So this is why it's like the Qs are suggesting it, but the SPY isn't necessarily at this point. Do I have the right levels for the Qs up, by the way? No, I do not. What the hell is wrong with me? 540.20? Oh, it's because I updated the Patreon charts, not these ones. What? No, that's not right. These are right. These have to be right. These have to be right. Oh, and Patreon members, I do have quarterly expected moves for you for the indices. I did calculate the quarterly expected moves. I'll probably put those out tonight. They're not the most important. I just don't want to cloud I don't want to overcrowd the Patreon. We posted twice in the last 24 hours, and that's kind of a lot for us. 539.64. Okay, we have the right levels here. Ah, tried to do a weekend brief for Patreon, and that just made me not update the charts over there, apparently, for the SPY and the Qs. We do have the divergence, though, so just be aware. Boom into boom, or is this just going to be up into down? It'll be an interesting time. We have a lot of scary things out there. Oh, yeah, remember our dollar, the dollar. We were suggesting that the dollar was about to head to the what? The upside. And we're starting to see some of that upside come to fruition. We need to see that break through and see a little bit more than that. We would love to see over 105. Remember, we were pointing out UUP. UUP, very interesting to give you that higher low and a nice little gap up to start off the morning for UUP. Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? Here, let's do this for you guys real quick. Something we haven't gone over is TLT a little bit. Now, TLT, I still think it's at the risk of doing this down here on your MACD and RSI, but it keeps holding up a little bit better, and eventually that thing could break out with the good structure that we are creating in here and a lot of liquidity at this point. So are we going to see a moment this starts to scale up? That would be very, very interesting, and we'll have to see if that takes place. IWM, the short boys, the little boys, they look like they're breaking down as of right now, able to come down to a level of, where are we paying attention to? Well, we really like this 205 level, right around that 205. But for the time being, it looks like we are just going down into sideways into down, and then we have to see what happens towards 205 for IWM. If this wants to catch itself, that's fine. Curl up on a 2-hour, give the swing trade. I don't believe, let's look at the 30-minute here. Everything, why is my MACD not loading? There we go. As of right now, IWM triple divergence on the 30-minute, and these can cause big 2-hour reactions. So be aware, if the 30-minute does confirm up like this, that means it's going to attempt to take out this and maybe even curl that 2-hour up to test up in here, or even go make a new high. So this 30-minute curling up right now is a potential opportunity. It's just not looking the best as of right now, but you want to see if that thing flips back around. It is similar to the Qs at this point, the Qs giving those divergences, but you notice on IWM, it is on what? It is on the MACD and RSI at the same exact time. This is fantastic for IWM, and we'll see if it can get something going. DIA, as of right now, with triple divergence as well. So you have DIA and IWM saying, hey, we kind of want to see a 2-hour move to the upside. Okay? That's what you're seeing as of right now. You have to be very aware that those 2-hour moves can be lower highs, but where would that lower high most likely take place? Well, weirdly enough, it would take place right at the place where you want to get to. You really want to see this into this for most likely, right? Keeping that 5 coming up, and that would be fantastic. But for this right now, you're just noticing, ooh, it's very, very negative. So if at any time we just go like that, anytime this MACD actually confirms back down, we most likely will go test lower levels. So just be aware of that. We really want to see a strong move from DIA this week. All right, and then we're going to go back over to the SPY and the Qs, but I first of all just wanted to say existing home sales will come out at 9 a.m. Maybe that is what we are waiting for. On Tuesday, we will have the Fed Chair Jerome Powell's testimony. And then on Wednesday, we will get another testimony from Jerome Powell. And right after that, on Thursday, we will get the GDP growth rate. You know I am heavily paying attention to what? Thursday morning. Thursday morning is what I really want to pay attention to. What do stocks look like by Thursday morning? Are they like this? Are they like this? What is going on before then? And that's what I want to watch for. Market is open. You are ready to go. I am excited because I get a new batch of pens in today for my book. I'm not writing a book. I meant for my trade book. Oops. What the hell did I just do? Q is starting to break through a little bit here, so just be watching out. Go over to the Qs. Let's watch this pretty carefully. See if this ever sets it up. See if we ever get any kind of confirmation here. Because I don't think heading down isn't necessarily what you want right now. You want to start to flip like now. Maybe this builds up into 9 a.m. might be the inflection point. We do get some data. So you are aware about GDP. The GDP growth rate is, the previous was 2.4%. It is supposed to come out, or is estimated to come out at negative 0.2%. If we get a negative number there, people will not be celebrating it. It's a great excuse to sell off the market. So we'll see what takes place that day. What's most important? How the money is moving in my book. In my book, it's more important, do we see some kind of fear before? Do we see 30-minute divergence going into it? What is volatility saying? Those are the more important things to me than trying to guess if that's going to be a negative or positive number the next day. I would rather have some reasons to guess than just guessing for no reason. Take a big old swig of the coffee. We need the Qs to head up from here if they want to remain positive. Oh, that's good stuff. God, that is good. Oh, life's good. You know? Life's pretty good. You gotta say it sometimes. Life's pretty good. I'm listening to some tunes, hymns. Let's go check out hymns. Hymns has been super interesting. Oh my god, that sucks. What the hell happened? Is this like dilution or something? Because this was like curled up on the daily, wasn't it? Yeah. You literally got like one of the worst fake outs. That was the risk of this wick too, by the way. So like I bet money some day trader pulled this up and goes, hey, if we go here, I'm gonna short it right there. This is something we'll talk about, but overall, this is very unlucky. Okay, like don't. Yeah, this is just, you would chalk this up to, damn, money management, right? You would chalk this up to, hopefully I'm not risking too much money, because that is very hard to see coming. It's news-based? Oh, okay. I was going to say, like, this thing looked like it was about to break out and see another leg here, didn't it? And then it just falls, and you're like, ah, crud. Isn't it crazy how once these are about to, like, once the stock that you guys love, if you're in HIMS or something like that, I'm not in HIMS, but if you're in HIMS and you're like, finally, we're gonna get the next move higher. This is my next big trade. And then isn't it ironic that there's always like news before that on stocks that like retail wants to go up? I think that's interesting. DJT doing some share buybacks. There you go, DJT. Do your thing, man. Curl up on a daily. You're too deep here. DJT has a lot of work to do. If you wanted to now, because you've failed this rejection, you can start to treat this as its own move right now, right? Once you kind of build these blocks in here, you just want to keep an eye on the game. You already know the game is down, so you're looking for the rejection area, and you're just going, okay, well, where's my rejection area? My rejection area is all of this in here. All of that in there is going to be tough to get through, but if you do get through it, you can see good things. Isn't that crazy? So if you're able to see some kind of move like this, and then you pull down into this area, it can be a good thing to actually head higher. Yeah, this is how I would really be looking at it. I don't necessarily think there's much going on the 2 hour. You might say there's like a little tiny thing right here. Hey, kudos. If you want to try for it, but you do have weekly expected move for DJT over on Patreon if you need them. We are not to a weekly expected move yet. Till you get so smacked that. Whoa. Hey, here we go. Oh, yeah, we're doing the Qs. Come on, Qs. We said you need to go now. You need to go now. You need to go now. Hey, nice job, Celeste. Good job. I haven't looked at Ethereum for a minute. I mean, I don't even, yeah, Ethereum here. I haven't looked at this for a minute. I assume it's following the Bitcoin dump. As of right now, you would be critical of that dump. You would be, but you have strong buyers beneath you. So all you're looking for is, do we do something a little bit irrational here? Do we turn up on a daily scale? And I'm right back in the move. That's how I would look at it. If you wanted to, you can mark all this off, right? You can mark off this and just see if you're getting any kind of good price action going and say, hey, we need to take all that out. So now you have an area where you can like go up to on like a 4 hour chart and reject, or you have an area where you can break through and start to break the top side. Right, that would be nice. But right now, everything's pointing down, right? So you're not really looking at this. You're going, hey, what's going on here? Is it going to turn around? Oh, the 2 hour has nothing beneath it. All right, I need to see a 2 hour high or low or a 2 hour divergence. So we could see this into this into this. That would be better. That's what gets you the chance to test where in this zone. So what you need to do is you need to build up on the 2 hour in some way with a higher low or divergence to get to a test of this area here towards 2600. So I think Ethereum will test 2600 and I would say in the next 2 weeks, unless it just comes up to this area, rolls, and just plummets, right? The crash scenario is what takes it off the table. But it should be able to go test this area. It should be able to go test this area with a pretty high percentage. I just double check the 4 hour. Yeah, you're going to, it's in here. It's still the bottom box right here. And you're looking for, do we reject here? Do we reject here? Or do we take all of that back and then we start to scoop this up to go higher? So that's what I'd be watching right now. Damn, I got some heavy, crazy stuff in my ear right now. Digging it. Very not happy after that video he had last night. Bro, I didn't watch it, Richard. I'm sorry. I just look at the thumbnails now. I genuinely just look at the thumbnails. It's the same thing in every video. What was the call, though, Richard? What was the call this time? The 570, SPY 570 by OpX was not hit. I know that. That's why you just pay attention to both sides. If you pay attention to both sides, it keeps you very mellow. Tesla breaking out to the upside through consolidation. Remember, we have Tesla potentially testing 350 on the 2-hour chart, able to curl up, able to head to that upside. We can obviously get retests and stuff like that, regular price action, but this is where you watch for, ooh, can that extend up to 350? And then that's actually the area you want to watch for in case it does reject. And I think you're ping-ponging back and forth. So if I see a break of this, that changes. But right now, I think you're going to ping-pong around this area. Pretty much all of this, I think you're going to be ping-ponging back and forth because Tesla has high implied volatility. See if I end up being right. I don't think it matters that much if I'm right or wrong here. This is what mattered to be right or wrong. And it was right. This one, breakout. Okay, awesome. 350. Unless you see something crazy. As of right now, the SPY is curling up on the 30-minute, getting a good confirmation potentially in about 16 minutes. We will get some data in a bit. You will get the existing home sales. Supposed to come in lower than the previous. But it looks like you have existing home sales in about 17 minutes. And we'll have to potentially, there's like little moments where things can pull back, things can happen. Did Tempest not squeeze through? Tempest needed to squeeze through. Oh, man. Yeah, Tempest needed to squeeze through or else it's at risk. So, all right, well, this ends up curling down. Let's see here. Yeah, all you have is the little RSI one. You actually could still go make a new high here. I know that's crazy to say. You actually, if you're able to buy this back up now, you can go up to these type of levels, set a lower high. You can go retest up to these levels and even set a new high, set an actual big trap. But you are getting a daily confirmation right now. So really pay attention to this bar. And then you're probably looking for some kind of counter move, and then you actually dump off. What you're looking for is the moment where you're probably going to go like this, and then you're going to bounce up, and then you're going to reject. If you're going to keep heading down, that's what I would say for the daily scale. But maybe around here we figure our stuff out. Because really, it wants to test in here again. It already did it once. The zone for Tempest, you can see it tested it right here. See this zone? It really likes this zone, I think. Look at that. That's pretty nice. So you don't want to lose that, is what I'm saying. Like, you really don't want to lose that. Like, all that is a problem. Even this is a problem. It can. So what you'd really like to, it's kind of like an AMD. Do you remember AMD? AMD, right here. You don't want to lose that, right? But really, you don't want to lose the whole zone. But this starts that downtrend. What was it, Tempest? Yeah, I think overall you're going to end up back in this zone unless you squeeze, right? We said you need to squeeze. I think it still has the ability to do a 2-hour move, but on the 30-minute, you're pretty damn negative. Yeah, you're pretty negative. So you need to see a divergence or a higher low before you know if this is going to go to the upside, or else it's just going to keep doing what? Rolling and rolling and rolling until you see that thing take a new high, like make a new high in the trend. See this right here? You need to go like this, and you didn't. You went down, but you need to do that now. Then you kind of do the opposite. Yeah, daily divergence is there. You see that on your MACD. You see that on your RSI. So you know that that can cause weekly pullbacks. It can. I think you would like to see pullbacks in stocks without curling over weekly charts. That's what I believe. All right, let's see if we can get to that 626 by the end of the day. Yeah, it's kind of, Chris, that's why I'm kind of waiting for like Wednesday. I think Wednesday's the day to sit there and be like, I want to do something, I don't want to do something. I think I'll only have to be patient till Wednesday, and that's nice. Shit, there's something I was just doing. I just totally fucking forgot. Oh, come on. Okay. Can't remember. Come on, SPY, you can do it. Come on, Qs. Qs need to do it too. So actually, Qs have the better signals, right? So if Qs confirm this, they're saying I want the 2-hour move up. And then you just have to watch the management for the trade. Management for the trade. Go, go, go. What I think of AMD, I think AMD is on its last legs. I still think it could go like, so AMD, I remember my assessment on this is we're going to try to go to here, but the fashion that we're doing it is very straight up, kind of, right? So I kind of like this, but I would like to see us do this, right? Before going higher again, then setting the trap. We're not doing that, so you're kind of like, are we just like, I don't like that, because I think you need to revisit these levels. I'd rather do that now. You can remain going in the upward direction longer if you do it earlier with this type of look, in my opinion. So I want to see it do this and then do this into July, right? You want to pull back into end of month, then curl up into July. But if you don't get that and you just kind of remain up here, you do this, you make a lower high, then you start to tip over, and then that starts to downtrend. So for AMD, I just think if you had monthly expected moves, you can go back and look at our previous stream if you want the monthly expected move for AMD. Go look at when we were looking at it. Yeah, you have a 68% chance to do this week, like by pretty much by Monday, or sorry, by Tuesday. So you have the chance to see price back down to here by like Tuesday, next Tuesday. Here, I'm gonna leave you guys on the Qs for one moment. Wifey needs my help for a sec. Give me one moment here. Qs, 30-minute divergence on the RSI all across it. IWM and DIA have it too. So 2-hour move to the upside. This is where we have to pay attention to the confirmations and the management for trade plan here. We're back. Don't worry about it. Where's the stop going to be for the SPY? People in the chat? Anybody want to guess? You know me, I'm boring. I'm boring. I'm missionary. It's 532.16, you know? I'm boring. Not you. I knew. I know. That's for the Qs. You buy more Google? Oh yeah, so I did see some people talking about Google. Oh, Googmeister's it's going down. Google's gonna go down. That would be suggested from the charts now. Do you remember what we just said with AMD and just said with I believe it was Tempest? You don't necessarily want to show below here. You start to open up doors to breaking this if you do that. So I think this is actually going to get a 2-hour reaction up, and then we're going to reject, and we are going to turn back down. So that could just be a wick. It could be whatever, but I think we're going to head up to this area. Then we're going to roll it. Then we're going to head down to lower levels, and then we'll see if we figure our stuff out. Now, if you're going to turn around from here, it's very nice, but you are very deep and negative pointing straight down. So you need to see some kind of great price action from the 30-minute here. You need to see, I don't even think you want to see divergence. I think you want to see up and then over here and then up, right? And I think that's when you feel more confident with upside, but that's me personally. You might like more risk than I do. I just can't unsee this. I can't unsee this, right? Now, if you just blow past this, all right, let's go, you know? But and this is a, you know, this is a counter trend, but people will trade it, right? So, it's up to you. I don't think it looks like the best yet, but I think with a little bit of time, if it shapes something like this up, remember this? Remember this? Down on that RSI? Remember this? That was the good time. So if we do that right here, that's fine. I just don't really want to see like up into down. I would rather see us see this. Do this again. I don't really like the divergences, but I think you're 2 hours too deep this time. What was the 2 hour at then? Oh, sorry, here. Yeah, your 2 hours positive then. So even though the divergence is here, it's just going to be a counter move that fails. That's the most likely scenario here for Google, is to get a move to the upside that fails, at least to create a 30-minute divergence. Then after that, you can get a move to the upside that fails on the 2 hour. So my assessment is Google is going to do this, and then it is going to do this. If we take this back, that is completely wrong. If we take this back, you're going this way. Ping pong. Ping pong. How'd the Apple thing go? Apple's doing good. I don't think that this is how Apple fully plays out, but I think I could see that. We were looking for the test of 200 last week. We actually got it on Friday. But the 30-minute able to get up to this area is a pretty good thing. Now, you want to get through the whole zone. So if this starts to roll here, you have to be a little bit cautious. But note that you have some good positivity here. So you can maybe be going up. See if you break the top side this week. That's what you're looking for. Is that really on the table, though, for Apple this week? Let's see if it's on the table overall. Overall, taking out the zone is on the table this week. So Apple could theoretically curl up and get past this zone this week and then do something that can break it out of consolidation. It could curl up. It could come all the way back down. Then it could curl up into positive territory, just like we had drawn out, actually. Could happen. You have some, your weekly expected move does not take that off of the table. Very nice. Whoever said 600, you are correct. 600 is a critical level for this market. It seems to be the critical level at all times. I did it. What'd you do? I don't get why does everyone want to see AMD? It's not doing anything. Hey, Leah, I know I miss your mom, and I know you miss your dad, but I'm gone. Oh, Richard, you called 600. Okay. 600's a level that's always going to gravitate to until we see more rolling. And I think everything going on is causing people to hesitate. Here, I'll find it. Yeah, 600 is the huge level, and then 575 takes you out of the weekly. So 600, key level right here, and 575 way down here. What do I think the SPY is going to do? If you want my personal opinion, that I'm not betting any money on, so take it with a grain of salt. If I really thought it was really safe, really obvious, and a great play, I would take it. I think the SPY is going to get to 607.70 by Wednesday close. That's how I see it. I think the SPY and the Qs will get to their weekly expected move by Wednesday close. That's my opinion. I am not betting on it. Feel like it's important to say that because if I was like really confident with it, I'd be taking a trade with it. I thought about it for the Qs. Maybe even IWM. I like this look from IWM, I'm not gonna lie. Like at least to a point of like what, 213? 213, leave runners. Like I have it written in my book though. I'm supposed to be patient right now. Supposed to be patient. I'm gonna be a good little boy. Oh, literally, like this says, hey, if this crosses up, we could go to here. Now, you want to watch for rolls. That's a big amount of sellers in here, but you want to watch for rolls, but I think IWM could do it. I think the Qs are a safer bet to be like, yeah, they're going to go to a weekly expected move or something like that. Where are all my drawings? Oh no, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm going to use this. You don't want to work? All right, cool. I have my moves right here, 626. See, all my stuff's breaking. I can't see any of my drawings. Doesn't matter. We're not gonna sit here and try to fix it. We don't need that. We have a MACD and RSI price action and a weekly expected move or a daily expected move right here. So do this, do this, do this. That's all we're looking for. We roll here, bad. No, if you don't do this, bad. Unless you can build up, boom. Divergence or high or low, divergence or high or low. The hell song am I listening to? All right. Wolf 15-minute. Oh god, I am so scared to look at this. Oh my word. Wolfie boy, you poor dog, you. I am so glad I never looked at you again after my 2 trades on you. The hell was my trade? My trade is here. Remember? Weekly expected move. I'm out. I was like, I turned my $50 into 500. I'm out. I ain't betting nothing on these. Hey, it's tapering. It's starting to taper now, guys. Oof, you're in a straight up downtrend, my friend. There you go. Nobody would want Wolf now, right? So maybe I'll look at it. No. No. Oh, Wolfie boy, you poor dog, you. Yeah, PMI's out. PMI's out. You had the existing home sales and PMI come out. But the money, like, so if you're really wondering about the data, the signals here are suggesting watch for reversal in trend or a rejection that just continues trend, right? There's two scenarios there. You do have reversal signals on the Qs, so and IWM and DIA. So we're just sitting, we're chilling. And we're going, yeah, okay, the data came out. Signals say it should be potential for reversal is still here. Nothing's changed. This was my assessment on VVIX. So I see us getting a drop on, yeah, Wednesday, Thursday. See if I end up being right. If I'm right, then this would go up, 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 like this at some point. You'll see like a good move here. Oh, my lines came back. We don't need this anymore. Woo! Woo! Man, that was so scary for a bit. What am I going to do without my lines? Oh, Microsoft? I think Microsoft's a risky one, man. I really do. Oh yeah. Okay. Still, this is my thinking towards it. Regardless, I'll tell you. Do you want to know where who asked? Ian, do you want to know where the monthly expected move is for Microsoft? You guys want to see something fun? You guys want me to show you? You guys want me to show you? I'll be nice. It sounds fun. All right. Let's put it on a 30-minute chart so we know it's not some like cheating or something. All right, you want to see this? Right there. There's your monthly expected move. So what is very likely to happen here? Well, you've broken a lot, correct? So watch for the 30-minute move up. It might even take you all the way up to test this high, but watch for that roll. You're watching for the next roll very, very seriously. That could be like this. That could be like this. That's what you're looking for now is the roll. You've cleanly gone through this, so you're looking for it to reject off or set that high, give you the structure to go lower. Either way, you're looking for a move up that curls back down. 2-hour chart. Now, this is where it can change. If you want to set another 2-hour trap and you see the 2 hours start to confirm like this, you come out here, it's still risky that you're just going to fall. You're at the decision-making area for Microsoft. All right? But I wanted to show you that because, I don't know, maybe you'll actually be convinced that it'll help you out. Take a small YOLO on Wolf. Is RSI overextended on the SPY on the 5-minute? Yes. And you can remain there for a long time. See? You're here. You're literally here. You're there. And this could happen. It's a 5-minute chart. All right, guys? Just so we're clear here. If you go look at 5 minutes when they do this type of move, what happens? Sometimes, right? We'll say sometimes. Well, you gap up. Look at where you are in the RSI. Same exact levels. What happens? Grind, grind, grind. Let's see, we could probably find it a million more times. Right here, you're overbought, completely overbought. You just barely pull back, barely pull back. Right? 5 minutes can stay overbought for long periods of time. And if they're not overbought and showing overboughtness or some whatever you want to say, they're probably going to start to show squeezing. So your 5 minute is showing you that it's extremely positive, which means what? This move is probably going to continue for the 5 minute. It means it's probably not done yet. Because you have great buyers beneath you now. You have them everywhere. You literally have them everywhere. You have them here, 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 you have them here. So this will probably do something like this and just curl up. But yeah, 5 minutes can remain, like all of these charts, guys, when they go overbought, the reason you don't want to just be like, oh, it's overbought, bleh, short it. No, you want to look for things that show you it's reversing. You want to see the weakness. All that is showing you for overbought is extreme strength if you really think about it. Right? If I have a range and I say, okay, this is positive trend above this line, and this is negative trend up below that line, and I see a move that goes like this, that's going to be extremely positive. But maybe it's going to get out of gas soon. Maybe it needs a pullback soon. But that's why shorting based on just that information is not very good. At least on bigger time frames. Maybe if you're a day trader, you could utilize it, but you think Tesla will hit 300 ever again? 300? Yeah, I think it will. Yeah, I think we go to 350 by Wednesday close. Oh, nope, we're going to get there faster. Oh, shit. I actually would like my drawings, but 350 is the point to pay attention. Wow. Nice. So what you're looking for here is the sell from 350. 350 should get tagged and it should be a nice little resistance for you. Maybe it extends higher to get above this guy over here at 355. Maybe we extend that. But overall, you're looking for this to pull down and then pull right back up. Now, what we will be paying attention to for Tesla is, do we now see any kind of 30-minute divergence, right? Patreon members, you know what is at this line. So do your job, right? Do your due diligence, do your research, do your reasons to take a trade. If you see it, then you see it. If you want to execute on it, you want to execute on it. This is where Tesla can react up and see a big, big curl to the upside, right? You haven't seen any of those reversal signals near 350. We haven't even seen 350. So you have to be careful with it. But this is where it would like to do what? Reject and start that ping-ponging. So you want to see some good stuff here, and you might be able to make a decision that catches a move to right, like there. Very nice. It's going though, man. It is curled up on the RSI. So you better see good reversal signals here, because this could just be the daily pullback is done. Look where it is, positive territory, right? This is why shorting is such a difficult thing in this environment. It still is. It's been so difficult to short for almost, what, like we've experienced about 6 months of 2025. Literally for 3 of those months, it was very difficult to short because you've just squeezed a lot throughout these times. Now, this short might be easy in hindsight, but you have to understand the environment back here was way different, right? It was much more like we are holding strong, right? Then we actually did the things to break down. That's what we were watching. So 350, and then we'll see what happens. I think you pull back from 350. You can go all the way up to like 355, though, if you really want to. It might break the divergence. I don't know, though. We'll see. Amazon, you're not happy with, right? Amazon is just on the struggle bus. Amazon looks like it needs to do what? It needs maybe to even get in this zone, right? It's not looking pretty, in my opinion. What you need to see to get the 2-hour move to the upside, as you're still relatively close to that center line, is you're going to have to see like a 30-minute higher low. Okay, then we go test these highs. You're going to need to see a 30-minute divergence. If you make a 30-minute divergence and you see a 2-hour move up, you still have to be aware how negative the 2-hour is by that point. If it's way down here, then you have to say, oh, watch out for a roll. right? So I mean, it needs more time. You need a few days there. And I think you could just see like a 2-hour move to the upside that fails. I think that's probable. How's the IWM doing? Is that confirming? All right, good. We have confirmation. Nice. DIA, confirmation. Qs, confirmation. So you have 3 to 5 reasons right now. At least for 532.16, if not a weekly expected move tag by, I would say, Wednesday close. Apple calls were with the divergence, right? So Apple calls maybe with the like 5-minute pullback in here. This is like pretty much you want to grab it in the pullback. But now is when I think it gets risky. I think 203 is the risky spot. Now, I think it might continue the move. I would like it to continue this move, but it's just hard to take that position now, right? We did talk about the RSI, but starting a position when that RSI is crossed through on the overbought territory, usually you're late, right? Your moment is in here, right? In here, even here could have potentially paid out by now. If you like scaled in, saw a 5-minute drop, scaled in again, get a nice price right in the middle. Like it should be making money. 2-hour swing trade, right? Hey, 2-hour confirms. Not a good confirmation here. Oh, good confirmation here. Positive bar. I know it looks bad, but it's a positive bar. All right, cool. 197.60. Boom to the upside. Now we're at 201.65 within a day and a half or a day. You know what? If you're holding on to it, it goes, yeah, you're going to experience 30-minute pullbacks eventually. But you have to be aware that you can easily just do this. You're coming into the zone from the bottom, right? So if you're already making money, right, I like to make my money when the money's there. Yeah, I think this will continue. I think you're going to see something like this, and then maybe you get that to build up, or something even stronger, right? And then we see this on Wednesday. Look, Wednesday close. That's how I see it. But me personally, you don't know if that's coming now. I think you would rather like be patient, see that 30-minute pull down, see this, pull it down here, and then you might have a little play like that to the weekly expected move. So if this scales up and it pulls back and you have a weekly move right here and it curls up, where do you think it's going? It's going right here. So that's the next like trade. If you're looking for a shorter term one. 2-hour one you should already be in if you're looking for a 2-hour swing. If you're not in the 2-hour swing already, then you're late. Why is Palantir, Joey's? Why is? You know what I'm saying? We used to ask this question to each other in college and just like see what people answered. We would ask, maybe you guys can answer it in the chat for fun while we go look at Palantir. The question is, it's just this. Why are you? You know? Why are you? Like, why? You know? All right. Let's go look at Palantir for a second here. Palantir, great stuff. Able to extend the move. Our assessment on Palantir was, wow, this thing is going to sell off down to 127 or even all the way back down to $93 if it really wants to. But I think 127. I think 113 looks very good. Now, our other assessment, though, for Palantir was this could not be done. The 2-hour does not have divergence. So watch for the 2-hour to go up. Maybe you utilize a weekly expected move. I can see if the 2-hour divergence would set up for you there. Perfect level for this. So this means that once you get up towards these areas, you want to start to pay attention for maybe 30-minute divergence or a roll to confirm, because that is where you are very likely to set up a divergence this week and turn down and get a daily pullback for Palantir. We would have to squeeze past those levels and hold price to not sell off with those signals confirming. You want to wipe those signals out if you're bullish. So right now, I think the heavy assessment here is you're going to get a 2-hour move to the upside that confirms divergence or a lower high, and then you're just going to fail to move. If you never curl up the MACD for Palantir, then you most likely do head lower. Well, I think a Meta hitting the monthly, I think that I will never be holding Meta long right now. I'm very simple when it comes to moves, Duranto. Very simple about it. Hey, oh, this stock's at a monthly expected move. Nope. Oh, it's at the monthly upside move. Nope. Not buying it. Hey, we're at a monthly downside move. Are you gonna short it? Nope. Are you gonna maybe buy it? Is there divergence? Do I have 5 reasons? That's it. So that's what I'm looking for, Duranto. I'm looking for things like Palantir, things like Meta to give me those reversal signals. They technically, Meta did give one. The 2 hour roll is a bad thing here. You made a lower high, lower low, but notice that we're holding stagnant. This is why I made the plan for the trade, and if the trade does not set up, then I do not take the trade. Okay? So this means that I was saying that I wanted Meta to do this into Friday and then fall this week. That did not take place. So am I going to react and try to take a trade based on something that didn't happen in my plan? No, I'm not taking the trade. I'm going to wait and see if we do see a moment like this. And maybe I see a 30-minute divergence in here and we go into GDP and that goes up, 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 and then goes down, 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 down after GDP. And we break this level, use it as support to go lower even, or use it as resistance to go lower later. So I think Meta will end up going back down to 643. I think it has the ability to, if it really, really wants to come all the way back down into 595 if it wants to be very mean about it. What does that mean? There's 2 reasons that we would go down to this area. Okay? There's 2 reasons. Uh, uh, this is the not as bad reason. Iran and stuff with Iran still scales up and we start going into a conflict with them. That will be a reason to sell off. Okay? That will be a reason to sell off. But it's not going to be a reason to continue to sell off. Okay? It's not going to be a reason to continue to sell off. That will be your daily pullback. Now, the other reason is worse, that we would end up down here very quickly. And that is around, say, the 4th of July, Iran does some kind of attack on the United States in some way, like actual US soil. If they attack the United States, maybe it's like, Navy ship, something like that. But if they attack the United States, I think you're actually at more risk of seeing not something like this, where we go like boom, 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 and then we just figure it out. But instead, I think you're at risk of doing like, oh, Iran said they're going to attack. We bounce, we go, oh, they're not. Then you plummet through the floor, right? If you break through this area, it's going to be a big deal. And I think that's something you heavily want to be aware of. Now, that's not to say I think it is going to happen. I think it's a low probability that you're going to see something that bad happen. I want to be very clear about that. But I'm still going to say it out loud to all of you guys because I want you guys to think about it. If you see a major reversal signal at a monthly expected move, then something really bad can happen. Usually it's just a little pullback on the daily, right? Usually it's just a pullback and there's a reason and blah, blah, blah. But in this scenario, I just want to shout it out there that we're treating every top very seriously. I don't think that this is going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I think we are going to see Meta do something like this. Then we're going to fall down into this area. Then we're just going to scoop it up and be able to go to the upside again. If we go down to here, we go down to here. And I'm going to look for reversal signals there. But I don't think this is happening. I really don't. So, all those people who are commenting on my videos saying all these YouTubers calling for crashes, my video was literally the opposite of that the entire time. My video was discussing how the Qs have divergence and we're going to see upside. I highly encourage you to actually watch the YouTube video. The thumbnail is most of the time me trolling the narrative, if you will. What do you... Sorry, Duranto. I talked about a few things. I'm not putting my money on anything. I will put my money on potentially Meta is what I'm looking for. If I see Meta do something like this, right? We build up and make like a 30-minute divergence real quick. I will put my bet on over here. And I will say we're going to tear down. I'm hoping the SPY helps me out with this though. So what I can do, I'll tell you guys what I can do. So what I can do here is I can watch the SPY, see if the SPY does this, right? If the SPY does this into Wednesday, and I see that up here, and I see that roll and confirm a divergence, I can just look at Meta and see if it's making a divergence, see if it's making a lower high, and be pretty confident that it's going to pull back, right? The SPY is confirming the signal. And then what do I do in here? I pay attention to how I could be wrong. But if I see this lose this entire zone, I can take profit a little bit if I would like to and reassess and go, okay, now I want to short with those profits on the same position, right? There's multiple ways you can do it. I'm talking about how I'm going to execute. If I see this and then we get a big drop, I usually sell it every time, just so you are aware. I don't hang on to try to make, $20,000, $30,000 in one play. It's not my game. My game is to make small but nice amounts for myself, because everyone thinks about money differently. The amount of money that I like to make might be different from the amount of money that you like to make. So just be aware of your positions and what is a small, medium, or large position for you. So pretty much I'm going to utilize the SPY. And I'm either going to play volatility or I'm going to look for a stock to trade, and I'm going to look at the ones that are at monthly expected moves. So I'll be looking at the Metas, the Microsofts, the AMDs, and saying, okay, do I see good reversal signals here? What's going on with GME is 2 hour. We need a 2 hour divergence. If you don't recall me saying this in the video last night, then you need to watch the video, because we were saying how this is just terrible. This is really bad. Like GME looks worse than AMC, and that's saying something. So this will need what? A big move into a higher low. It will need a divergence. And so we are very, very likely to make a divergence or a higher low before we see more upside for the daily chart. AMC is in a better spot. It is. Whether you like it or not, it is. On the daily chart, you can really see that from the positioning here. This needs to curl up now and see something good, right? Because GME is saying, I need more time. AMC is saying, hey, I might need a little bit of time, but I don't need as much. If you want the levels in purple, those are levels that are important. 341 for AMC, 25.22 for GME. Very nice. Slow the grind down, and then we hit this by end of day. Yeah, Pax, I got you, buddy. Yeah, GME's in a rough spot, but it's cheap, right? GME is cheap. I want to be very, very clear about this. GME is cheaper now, right? Okay. I think it could crash down with the market initially, too. And I say crash, and everyone thinks, oh, fucking the doom, right? Some kind of crazy shit. No, I say crash, I mean, like, everyone thinks it's a crash. It's not. I always say crash, and you hear me in my videos call it a fake crash. I think they're consolidating for the break above 600. And let's see. Patreon members, just be sure. I don't have them marked off all cute and stuff, but I do have the quarterly expected moves with second standard deviation. I don't think you're going to need the second standard, so I'm going to send you the quarterly expected moves for SPY, SPX, QQQ, IWM, and DIA. Those are the ones that I created. The other ones, the options were funky. I tried to make some, but I'll send those out in a bit. Actually, I can screenshot and send them now if you guys want them now. Mark them in blue on your charts. I'm going to be having them in blue on mine. Oh, shit. I got overzealous with this. This is going to take some time here. Ah, crap. This is going to take me a minute. I got to actually make it look better, or else you guys are going to get confused by all the numbers. Like, I was going to just send it to you raw with all the numbers, which is like fine, but the numbers are going to confuse the hell out of you guys. So I don't want that. So I'm going to wait, and I'll make it look nice for you, and I'll post it in a little bit. Turn down the lights. What are we looking at? It was the meta, right? I'm going to leave meta up over here. I made $62 today. I was wondering about that. Okay, I'll post them later. You won't. They won't be important right now. They're going to be way out there. Like quarterly expected moves are like this. They're pretty big. They're pretty big. You have okay volatility because because volatility was kicked up at the end of the month. The new quarter rolled over, and you actually priced some volatility in. Yeah, they won't hit till July, right? Well, the monthlies might get hit in July. A lot of the time, you won't hit the quarterly expected move until quad witching, and you don't have to hit it every time. You're right. It's just like any other move. But if you are going to hit one, you'll hit it at the end of the quarter a lot of the time. So once you find that direction for the quarter, it's actually very cool because you can just like ride that, find your little trades in the uptrend or downtrend. Did you notice that like this month or this quarter, our quarterly expected move was here, right? It was like right there. And you hit it. When did you hit it? Well, here was the close for the quarter, right? It was right here. So you hit it right before. So when you get closer, like I would say within like 3 weeks to quarterly OpEx, quad witching, that's when you'd pay attention. When is the next quarterly OpEx? September? If you were wondering. Quapex? Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. But yeah, it's started up, so I've already got them calculated. I did that last night. I almost forgot. Dude, Richard, I almost forgot. And last night I was like, oh shit. I was like, sorry, I can't keep watching this Love Island craziness with you. I gotta go downstairs real quick. I'm watching the UK one, and people are saying frickin' US is wild. We love that stuff. I got asked to be on it twice. I didn't make it through twice. But I did get to meet the producers. That was fun. Know what it's like when you're gone. Think it is. All right, 30-minute is still negative. This is still where you are paying attention for what rejections you want to see this breakthrough. Is it time to short the shit out of Tesla? I don't know about yet. I mean, I think going long is the sillier thing, right? Because now you're outside of some key moves. What are you looking for here from Tesla to short? Bean, I'm going to help you out. Bean, yes, you are seeing a crazy move to the upside. Yes, it could reject and just turn down dramatically all of a sudden. You do not have any inclination that is happening. You actually see inclination that we could go higher, right? If you really look at the area we want to take out is way up here. If you're able to take that out, you can actually go higher. If you reject from there, we're going to look for what? A trap here. We are going to look for a trap for Tesla. Now, Tesla is seeing dramatic upside. You cannot talk negatively about this 30-minute move yet. You need to see a lower high or a divergence. And both of those can tell you if this is going to reverse down. And then we can maybe start that ping pong. But we were right about the 350. That is nice. We were aware this could break down. We were aware it could break down, but boom, to the upside. Let's go. So overall in this area, I think Tesla is showing good news, doing good things, but I think we're running into a period of risk here after, I would say, Wednesday. Pretty much right now, you're in risky times. You're at monthly moves, for a lot of these stocks, or at least some of them, some big ones. Tesla is going up to these moves and things like that. So I would just be aware that you're looking for potential reversal signals now. You're not just, hey, it went up, so it goes down. It can do that, and you can get lucky, but that's not going to work a lot of the time. What you want to see is up, stagnant, up, down. break the low. If you don't see that and you don't see any kind of reversal signal, there is no reason to short Tesla. It is extremely positive. Do not discount the fact that this is a bullish thing happening, right? Don't think that something is bearish when it is bullish. This is bullish, and it is very likely to continue. All right? Wait, be patient. Look for the actual reason to short. You have one reason, a weekly expected move. That is it. The only thing you have right now for Tesla is it is at a weekly expected move. It's above it. So that's it. Like, don't think past that. That's one reason. How much money do you want to put behind one reason? Okay, now I have two. Oh, now I see 30-minute divergence, and that actually confirmed. Now I have three. Oh, it's on the RSI at the same time, 4. Oh, we're actually, the market is showing that it wants to pull back. Volatility showing reversal signals as well. Okay, 5. Okay, I'm taking the trade. Okay, now I can put this amount of money because I have 5 reasons. Bam. Right? Catch up, Mr. Joshua. I'm sorry if you got delayed. Yeah, we'll look at Costco. So what I'm saying is you're thinking almost correctly, but what you want to see if that's going to reverse down and get the ping-ponging is you need to see the actual reasons for the trade. Now you sit and you just go, okay, and then you execute based on how you execute things, like day trade, however you execute things. We're different, so something that I talk about might not benefit you the most if you're trying to day trade it or something or do a week play. But if you see a 30-minute divergence, then it's pretty set that you're going to get a 2-hour pullback. All right, Doranto, let's go check it out real quick. Costco. Not a fan of Costco for some business reasons right now, but I am a fan of all this 30-minute divergence that likes to curl up 2-hour charts. Now, you are very likely to do what? You're very likely to reject on this 2-hour, but you can see a sizable move if you really want to. Where are the big sellers? They are here. So you could literally get a 2-hour move that goes all the way up to here and then just rolls and fails. Now, that's going to be very difficult, right? But a lower high on the 2-hour is very probable here, all right? The daily chart is down by that center line. So when do you know that something a little bit different is happening? Well, when the daily is able to fully confirm, you would say, okay, if the daily confirms, it's near positive territory, so maybe we go test this level or go make a new one. So if that daily confirms up, then I'm going to watch that 2-hour and see if that rolls at any point, because if the 2-hour rolls near negative territory, that's the management for the trade. Right? I'm trying to discuss things a little bit further, give you guys a little bit of a plan, just a brief plan for what's going to go on and the type of things that I would do in these areas. But I've already decided, it's written in my notebook. I got fresh pens coming today because my pens are terrible, because I wrote in my booklet, you're being patient until GDP. And I'm going to hold myself to that. I don't think that's a bad thing. So for this, you're just worried that this is going to happen. That's it. That's what you're worried about. And that could just be a 2-hour move. 2-hour, 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 2-hour. So 2-hour move that goes up and then completely fails. It looks like the likely scenario. If this wants to build up over time, then you're going to have to take back all this. You're going to have to wipe through a lot of that, then get a higher low. It's a great price. Seeing good stuff. 2 hours curling up. There's a bullish trade to be had here. This can curl up the daily chart and get a daily swing trade. Don't think that it's like super, super bearish. If the daily chart curls up, it's bullish. The problem here is, what did you have at this high? Divergence. So have you really seen at least an ABC move? No. A, B, C. We come down into here. That would be good. But if the daily can curl up and then the 2-hour never rolls, which way are you going? That way. Right? Everything's based on what happens next, what happens next, what happens next, and it's always evolving. But it's not good to lose these levels. I'm just telling you right now. It's not good to lose those, and you're very likely to just do this. We'll see. That could be a weekly lower high as well. Yeah, that's a weekly lower high potential as well. You confirmed it last week. Yeah, I think you test like 1,004. But if this weekly is going to cross here, yeah, not necessarily a good recipe here. Broke the low, come up, reject, turn down. You could be bad here for Costco, and I'm not a fan of Costco. I think Costco is doing bad business things. Okay, what is going on right now for Costco? A big 30-minute uptrend. So all you're doing right now is just saying, okay, 30-minute uptrend. If I see a 30-minute pullback and a 30-minute turn back up, hey, that can be a good thing. If I see 30-minute divergence, that can roll over the 2-hour. So anytime I see a 30-minute divergence on the 30-minute, that can be my hint. Anytime I see a lower high on the 30-minute, that can be my hint that the 2-hour is going to cross and fail to move. If I never see that, then I'm never really worried about it. And if I see that way up here and the 2-hour is already extremely positive and we've gone like this, that's just more likely to be a 2-hour pullback. Right? If you see an extended bullish move and the 2-hour looks like it can continue, then act like it'll continue. Most of the time, stocks like Costco, SPY, like all the ETFs, most of the time they're positive, right? Like SPY keeps going to new all-time highs. Market do not want to give any damn. Tesla should be pulling back soon. It might have a 5-minute extended move. Like that could go up into close. Look if Tesla breaks, what was it, 355? That would be the most interesting thing. That's where things get tricky. All right. Meta's looking good. SoFi, you look risky, bro. Not gonna lie. SoFi gets a 30-minute move to the upside. You freaking watch out. That thing needs to squeeze. You know what I'm interested in? Is AVGO gonna go test like 260 before falling? Is JP Morgan gonna be able to extend this move? Oof. Gold. Gold looks like 2-hour pullback. Gold wants to get going again, I think. Let's look at volatility. All right, watch if the 30 minutes starts to turn back up here for volatility. We have continued to fail to get the roll when we break 5-day. So we're still looking for the moment this actually breaks and then rolls it. Because look, we keep breaking it and then we never roll it. All I want to see is this go down for like 2 days. Oof. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this looks like we have potential to squeeze here. That's confirming in 29 minutes. That will have to whip up on the 30, right? It can go wrong, but this suggests that the SPY could break through going into Tuesday. Are we about to get some news that shakes things up? It held the divergence, Toronto. Thanks for the update. Yeah, AMD looks interesting, but it's outside that monthly move. So immediately I just go, yeah, I'm not bullish. I won't take a bullish trade is how it's very bullish, but I won't take a bullish trade right now. I think so, Jim. I think you're going to see the fake crash moment. If I had to guess, I'm going to say fake crash due to Iran-Israel tensions, and Iran's going to do something that is... It might not seem or be overblown, but they're going to tell you it's like the worst thing in the world, and it's going to cause a crash. Whatever the reason is, it's going to be, this is massively terrible. It's going to be the consensus there. And I think you'll see that for, I want to say you can head up in July, but I want to say July. If we want to go up in July, then I would just say August, and I would say August is like definitely. Yeah, so I think it could happen in July right away though. Like the first week of July or Wednesday, like this week. Yeah, of course not, Toronto, right? I have like, yeah, Toronto. I have 5 reasons to short the thing and I'm gonna go long. Like that just makes no sense to me. I don't think you have 5 reasons for AMD yet, but you definitely have a reason for a 2 hour pullback. People are kind of in the middle as of right now. Tesla, nice. Get to 355 would be great. That's how we continue. That's how we break the upside. Boom. Ooh. Maybe. This might lower high. Yeah, I would be cautious with this one because if you give up that weekly expected move, I don't think that's a good thing. I think you're very likely to be like, maybe it'll be tight. We'll see if it sets it up. I'm sure Chris is looking at this. I'm sure Chris is looking at this and going, I'll just take a short for Friday or short for like Wednesday, see if that comes down to here, call it good, 340, awesome. At this rate, it may go to 400. If you, the second standard deviation, Patreon members for Tesla, oh, that's way too high for the weekly expected move. No, you ain't getting there. If it did, that'd be great. Actually, yeah, you can. 375, 374. 375, 374 would be your 95% area, your 95% line in the sand. We'll see. I think if you pull back in any way, you're not getting that. Oh yeah, the Qs, right? Qs had the good signals. Perfect. Taking back the 5. The Qs actually have the signals. Ooh! Some mashup tunes. Today's a vibe, dude. The dog days are over, baby. I'm thinking about it. Chris is like, I guess you can't do that. You can't do like a 2-day play though on Tesla without buying the Friday option, but I'm shorting it. Richard. I love Richard's attitude these days. He just wants to watch the world burn. Not now, yeah. H to the OV. Oh, IWM stopped. This stopped too. Damn it. It's so close. Uh-oh. Failed. Qs have some work to do here. This is where they can sell from, by the way. Literally right where people might double down. I like the buying pressure, though. I think it's got a chance. I think if we see daily expected move, we're kind of good. You would like to see a move above this, though. People are too paranoid, yeah. It's easy. Maybe 5-minute. 5-minute might just squeeze, though. Look at that. Kind of going sideways. Now you go, you probably want to slow pull back into like at least 528. Yeah, 528, but I think that's just being hypercritical. I think it's just like, hey, let the 30-minute do what the 30-minute wants to do. If this is going to roll, then the 15-minute's going to roll. Right? If the 15-minute doesn't roll now and you just see this get above this high, then it's good. And that 15-minute roll will just be a what? Ooh, pull back into end of day. And then you see that go back up. Tomorrow's data is just Fed Jerome Powell at 9 a.m. Probably a reason to do some kind of move. So we'll see what things look like before 9 a.m. tomorrow. Well, 9 a.m. my time, 30 minutes after the open if you are in different time zones. Case-Shiller home price. Oh God, it's like all about GDP and personal income, personal spending, which are both supposed to come in lower. Personal income is supposed to come in lower, and personal spending is supposed to be lower than personal income. Doesn't really scream growth. If we get a negative number, then those yields might turn down. We might start pricing in cuts for September, like actually into the bonds. I'm just looking at gold. That looks like it wants to go up, dude. 2 quarters of negative GDP. That's not even a recession anymore, Jim. Come on. Do you remember 2022? We've changed the definition of recession. Recession is whenever big people on TV tell you that there's a recession. It's no longer a definitive thing. Yeah, it's not based on numbers anymore. That'd be also. So far failed. Failed the reversal signal. It's like refusing to break down though. Like this little thing here is just consolidating. It's probably going to continue. I wonder if it just continues to consolidate actually into Jerome Powell tomorrow or GDP. Very interesting. I don't like 4 hour for. Just going to confirm 20 minutes. We shall see. This is the last attempt for volatility to really turn up on the 30 minutes. So rejection from here, like if the 15-minute can roll now, it means risk off for a bit. You're at the 5-day. This is where you can get rejection. Can't wait for 15%. That's on the table. That's literally on the table. I think my daily charts might have it mapped out. I think it's on a monthly chart actually. Like if you think Jim's joking, your trend here is suggesting that we can see like 10%, 12% rates. That would be crazy, but that is possible. Like this is the trend right now. So we need this to start to fall. And if we see like this all of a sudden, then I think you're going to get a reactionary cut for sure. I think you're going to get a reactionary cut if you even see any upside into like September. You'll see it in the data. The data will start to prove it. If it doesn't start to prove it, then it's not proving it. It means the opposite, right? But I think you have a high probability it's going to start to prove it. Those rates are definitely never thought I'd see the day. You see the trend though, right? Like it's not crazy to say that that's going to happen. They need to react before that happens, or else the debt crisis will be just inflated to oblivion. You really think our government can't even pay for our interest payments now? That's the real problem. That's the problem of rates going up, not the fact that the housing market, okay, everyone's sitting in their homes right now at their 2% rate, or they're trying to buy comfortable rates at some point, right? They're refinancing or whatever. Not a lot of new home buyers right now. So that would mean the housing market's probably not the biggest thing in the world right now. The biggest thing is if those rates go to 10%, then we have huge rates for our debt. And we won't be able to pay that. We already struggle to pay it right now. So imagine the price is double for the interest. If you like I think you're going to see you're going to see a resurgence of like inflation for a bit because they're going to be like cutting rates while the tariffs actually like hit. And because they're they're not too slow necessarily. Actually, they might be in this case. It's just they put themselves in the tough spot again. They always end up doing it, and then you try to think of a solution. There's just like, no, there's no solution that really I can think of that ends with this like being good. I think we could extend it into 2026, and I think we do that, but because we always do, we always extend it into the brink, into the absolute brink. Wanna see you smiling. Well, consumers not as tapped out as you think yet. Not yet. I know it seems that way. It seems that way. But we actually saw credit card payments. We saw things happen. People were spending a little bit less because of the things going on, probably with like China. So I don't know if that extended it, but I know the consumer's not fully tapped out. I don't think you understand. The consumer can be tapped out. You need the consumer underwater, right? Like, think of it this way. If I'm tapped out and I am like, okay, this is the last time I can pay my mortgage. Let's just take this scenario. And that's the last time I can pay my mortgage. Do they kick me out of my house in that day? No. Do they kick me out of my house, because it's my house? It's not your house. You always pay property tax. The bank owns your house. If you misstep in this society, your house will be taken from you by the bank, just so we're clear here. But if I had the illusion of owning the house and then I miss that payment, are they going to take my house in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months? Like, what's the timeline there? Okay. The same thing can be said about the consumer in general. The consumer can be tapped out, but they can still remain artificially afloat or start to go underwater, but it's not until they're actually drowning that the thing happens. They should eat majority costs, and that should affect markets, but that would be a good thing, Jim. That would be a good thing for like you and I over time. Like, the reason that you have prices elevated high is because of what you're talking about with the consumer. You have continued to accept the prices. So if something costs this, but you'll accept paying this, and then you'll accept paying this, and then you'll accept paying this, and then you go, okay, here is where I won't accept it. Okay, will you accept this? Well, will you accept this? Will you accept this? Will you accept this? And all of that is going to be like this moment here of time where you're figuring out the price that the consumer will actually accept and pay for. That can be bad for revenue. That can be bad. Like, people could not have jobs. The reason they are not buying the thing could be a big deal. Companies could do layoffs during that time to make back money. There's like so much that could happen. Our Tesla projection already happened. 350 for Tesla already happened. From there, you're looking for reversal signals or the break above to 374. Bankruptcy has to happen, unfortunately. I mean, yeah, like, pretty much. Like, we've extended the time too long without actually going through like prolonged pain to fix our debt problem. So now you're probably going, Trump's trying to do it. He is. I see the moves. I see what he's focused on. He wants to pay down debt, like he does. But at the same time, he realizes I have to keep spending or else I'm going to have a crash during my presidency. And I think that's the scummy part of politics. Like, it is sad, but in order to get out of this type of what we've experienced, if you want things to change, then you need markets to crash. You need lives to get bad. And that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate to say, but it's the truth. Yeah, Tesla hit 350, so you're looking for potential reversal signals. We went directly to the 350 right here. Bam. So the assessment was we're going to try to break out. That 30 minutes curled up, so pay attention to upside. Okay, if it curls down, it's bad. Oh, it stayed curled up, never curled back down. Looks nice. Now you have percentage reasons why you wouldn't be going necessarily long right now. SPY falling down. 5 minutes extremely positive, guys. Okay, this is probably going to go down and try to get to 595, if not all the way down. Oh, sorry, 595. I got to do smaller numbers. 595.87, if not 595 on the dot. We'll see. Yeah, this is maybe pullback moment. I don't think you want pullback right now, though. 30-minute. You definitely don't want Amazon to keep falling, man. That's just awful. AMD, I'm not happy with this from AMD. I think AMD is starting to get real tapped out. Like it wants to go to a weekly downside move. Tapped into the zone. Notice that. That's the selling pressure. 30-minute divergences on AMD suggest that the 2-hour could cross down and you can go test something like 121.40 this week. See if it holds up better, but the 30-minute, if this confirms down, it would suggest watch for the lows to break. We can get counter trend type of moves. Boom, 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 boom. And pay attention down towards the bottom here, right in this zone, 122.50 to 120, right here. If this is able to curl down and then goes up, okay, management for trade is right over here on the 15-minute. It should be relatively obvious. Relatively obvious here. If the 15-minute curls down, okay, if you want to get greedy, you can get, if you want to get risky, you take the 15-minute. But if the 15-minute then curls back up, you go, okay, I'm out of the play. I'm not giving the market maker my money. We go up, we set the trap again maybe, and then we turn down. Or we blow out and we get rid of the divergences. So AMD, very, very likely to see a 2-hour pullback by the end of the week. I wouldn't say that I would give myself time in case that goes into next week, okay? Or in case you do this, right? Make sure to be paying attention to your actual trade and if it goes wrong. Close to you right now. AMD dump. You don't have confirmations yet, but you're very freaking close. Google's dumping. I think you got to give it time. Google, you need time. Google, I want to see higher low. Then I can maybe do something. Or divergence here. I don't think there's anything that's set here. Because your 2-hour, if you just get a random 2-hour move, it's very likely to do what? Reject from these sellers, reject from these sellers, or reject from the little zone. Right? It can go up. Oh. Very likely to go up and then fail. And I think the area you're really watching is the... Actually, I'll do a weekly. Let me look at the weekly expected moves for this too. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So you're looking at these bars right here. These 2 bars, I'd pay attention right in here and see if you're able to reject. That's the most likely scenario is if you just see a 2-hour move to the upside, it's going to reject. So you're looking for the bounce up to test the 5 and then roll for Google, which would give you the structure. Left head, right shoulder. It can be bigger than that. It can go to like 176. VIX can reject, but it's not rejecting yet. It hasn't confirmed. 8 minutes for that. This does suggest that we can see news soon. Maybe a 10:30? 10:30 probably. We'll see something, some kind of reaction. We got 5-minute pullback, right? Yeah, 5 minutes pulled back. So next 5-minute move should take you to something like 626. So the next move is where we'll see. If we're able to squeeze, that's good. If we do this, watch out, right? If we don't get there. If we can get there, you're all good. See if you can get above 601.50, like right here. Then you pull back. Maybe we extend that for a little bit of time like this. Then you pull back on Tuesday morning. Then you start to head up with Jerome Powell. 30-minute pullback right over here. That'd be very nice. Yeah, it'll be a late reaction though, right? So you'll probably see oil go up first, which this isn't necessarily like the worst, by the way. I don't know what I've drawn up from there, but oh, this is from when we were streaming while Jerome was talking. A pullback can happen here, but you're just seeing things scale up pretty quick. Yeah, look for if the 2-hour curls up here. No new low, so technically new high in this, but not over here. So be aware that we can do this. We could do this, right? What you're paying attention to is here. If you're going to see a downtrend, you're going to break that. All right, so for now, you see if that's able to curl up. I think you have 4-hour divergence as well, so this is looking like oil is going to do this. Oil is saying the daily is going to get a pullback. Now, that can change, right? Reverses, it changes. But right now, that's what it's saying. In about, I would say 2 hours and 50, I would say that's already confirmed. Right? That's a good confirmation right there. So there's your 4-hour confirmation. You see if that continues. And if the 2-hour whips up, it's going wrong. 2-hour goes up, you look for that to fail. Or squeeze. So 2-hour curls up, management for the trade. That's on me. Hey, there's that move. Let's go. Come on. But USO. I know, USO is like, still wants to keep it going, but at the time, for the time being, it's saying what? 30-minute divergence all across, 2-hour. Okay, so if you take USO into consideration, you can get a shallow pullback that curls to the upside. So if you're paying attention to both, you just want to pay attention to risk. If you're trading USO, I would be paying attention to that. This is suggesting that the 2-hour is going to fill this gap. And you know how it doesn't fill the gap? The 30-minute turns up and you squeeze. So if the 30-minute curls up, do you want to be in puts? Nah, you don't want to be in puts when a 30-minute curls up. Yeah, we have a little bit of like, hey, what's US oil doing in the futures? Hey, what is USO doing? Okay, well, USO is what I trade, so I'm going to pay attention to that too, because those are the actual numbers. But whatever US oil is saying, I will take into heavy consideration. Here we go. VIX has like what? 5 minutes or so? 5 minutes to confirm, and it looks like it's starting to. Did it really? Of course you did come back, Tempest. You're still, the 2-hour is still in range, right? If you want to continue the move, you curl up a 2-hour. You do the crazy thing that we talked about. This is the crazy thing. Crazy thing. And then you head up into like Wednesday. You just go like up, up, right? And then Wednesday comes and you fall and you create that 2-hour divergence on the MACD and RSI at the same time. That would be crazy. Same thing goes for like Meta, I guess. Oh. Well, see if you can continue the move. All you need to do here to continue the move is you got to squeeze. You've got to squeeze for the SPY. Like I'm talking, you got to go like bam. Right? That's how you continue. I think you're going to see. That's what I think is going to happen. But that's me personally. And I think it could just go into Wednesday. Like you could just go wham, which means 30-minute move, right? We'll see. 2 hours trying to confirm for volatility. 30-minute. Hey, that 30-minute divergence for the Qs. We love it, man. What a Black Monday. What a Black Monday. For the very first time. Oh my goodness. Let me get me my protein drink. Gotta go work out. Yeah, let's do Black Monday 6 next week. I'm running out of titles. Do you guys have good titles for Black Monday? We had Black Monday, Return of the Green. We had Black Monday, definitely this time. We could do Black Monday 6, White Man or Bear. What else could we do? Like, what happens when I'm like, I hope you guys aren't faked out though. Like, there's gonna be a time where I'm like, Black Monday might be coming. You guys will be like, he's fucking with us. And then you'll come into the video and he'll be like, oh shit, he's serious. Black Monday, Revenge. What? Revenge of the thing is, nothing's cool enough to say that. Your Jag caught dude's old Jag caught on fire? No! Oh yeah. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I like the cried wolf vibe, not Navin. I like that. Orange is the new black. Trump is the new Obama. Yeah. I mean, he is bombing over there in the Middle East. I mean, Obama did a shitload of that. Revenge of the Taco. Okay, that one's solid. Black Monday. God, if only we got Juneteenth on Black Monday. It could have been the best joke in the world. It would have been awesome. That'd be sick. I would have called up my buddy. Been like, hey man, let me make a trade for you. Ah, god dang it, Richard. Quit talking to that guy. That's funny, because my brother's name is Sam. My daughter actually has an Uncle Sam. Revenge of Kramer. That's pretty good too. Like, I really just want to put Black Monday. Like, no, they don't freaking know anything. So it's like, when they say Black Monday, it's like, Black Monday, maybe. Like, that's all it needs, maybe. Black Monday, just kidding. Black Monday, a bearish parody. All right, 5 minute, get going, baby. You got to go up, up, up and away, though, buddy. Don't make a divergence yet. Get up there. You can make a divergence up there. It's fine. Just get to 600. You know, actually, you can make a divergence. It's fine. Get above 601.24. Get above 601.24. The Mandingo candle. Exactly. That's premium grabbing, not nabbing. Very cultural. That's what I'm talking about, Jim. All right, I'll tell you guys. I'll tell you guys what I'll put as the thumbnail. So for my thumbnail, it'll say seriously this time. Okay, whenever I actually think that we have potential, any kind of potential for a Black Monday, I'll put seriously this time. All right? Or I'll put like seriously. I'll put like seriously. And then the title will say like Black Monday. And then it'll probably say Black Monday 7. Not kidding this time. Just so you know. So far, every Black Monday has seen dramatic upside. As an odd, so pay the new clicks. Not bad, just kind of trolling it. Like, you guys know that this thumbnail is a troll. Like, you can't tell me that this thumbnail It's not me. Like, if you've been here, you can't tell me this right here is not trolling. Black Monday 5.0. Like, you just can't. If you haven't been here that long, well, just know we pay attention to how money actually moves. Black Monday 8. We're just skipping ahead. Black Monday 97. It's now 2026. I see big red arrow, I click. There are people like that. There are people like that. What's funny is channels, like, I make a new thumbnail every time, just so you're aware. What's funny is channels that just, like, use the same thumbnail that works because of their click-through rate. Once again, like people who are trying to make, like, really trying to make money off of YouTube do things like that. They pay attention to, like, what works. That's marketing. Oh, you still can get, you can still 5-minute pullback further than this. Take your time, baby. Hit that by end of day. That's more work than most. I just have fun with it. I have a system for it. I simplified it a lot. If you go look at my old thumbnails, I used to put, like, a person in, and I was like, I don't have time for this. Like, this is stupid. I was like, I'm spending all this time editing Jerome Powell's head. And I'm like, why am I doing this? I was having fun with it at first, and then I just go, I don't want to do this. That's the benefit. That's the benefit from actually making money trading and having a YouTube channel. You're just like, cool. I'm not going to do that anymore. Like, if people want the info, they want the info. If they don't see it, they don't see it. That's kind of how I think about it now. That'd be sick. I want to see bigger than that. I want to see us close the day at like 6:01. Are you expecting a pullback? 5-minute. I'm expecting us to attempt this. If we can do that by end of day, that'd be great. And then I think Tuesday you get a pullback with Jerome Powell. Wednesday we head up, and then we set the trap for Thursday. So I think this could be extended too. Just depends. Do we extend the move into Tuesday morning, get to a daily expected move early, and then pull back with Jerome Powell? And then we head to the upside on Wednesday. Ooh, bam, into up. Then we get up to here and we go, uh-oh. Now, that doesn't have to happen. If we just squeeze through, all we have to do here is go like, oh, and then we extend the move. You see the 2-hour to end very, very positive. I don't think it's like as hard. It just depends on what you're paying attention to. Like, I'm not willing to trade it, so I can understand you saying that, right? I'm not going to disagree with you, because if it was the easiest thing in the world to trade and it was super, super safe, I'd be trading it. But the Qs, I think, gave you at least a setup to execute on, and you're still seeing that good. And that's the thing, right? If the 15-minute crosses, it's bad. But the 15-minute hasn't crossed yet, and you're just experiencing some 5-minute pullback, some 5-minute squeezing. Right, so I think we just go sideways or slightly down into like the last couple hours of the day, or into the next news cycle, which would be in about, usually you pay attention to the 30s, right? Day traders, you guys pay attention to the 30s, so something can happen around 30 here in about 15 minutes. No daily pullback yet. Even though the daily pullback is the most probable, the daily pullback is the longest thing to pay attention to. It takes forever, because you will see it go to the brink, right? Here's the, look. Hey guys, something bad's here. Tariffs. Hey guys, you guys remember we have tariffs? No, it's fine. They're going to be good. They're going to be good. Okay, tariffs. All right, we price into the last moment, and we'll go set that trap. So last moment. Oh. I would love to see like a little, oh. They did a good, looking for a block. Maybe we go into Friday as well. We'll see. I don't think so. I think Wednesday is the trap day. I'm just looking for 2-hour divergence here, baby. Confirm me a 2-hour divergence and we're Gucci. I might take a starter position calling a high, right? I might take that hedge position up in these, like in this box. If we get up here at all by Wednesday, I might be doing that. Because then at least like it could maybe make money if it's a pullback, but it could also be like, hey, if we dump off, Good trade. So patient, patient, patient. No money risks as of this moment. All right, guys, it is now getting to the point of time where I have to hop off. Just remember what's most probable here, and it looks like the 30-minute divergences for the Qs here are turning out to be a good thing. If we reject from here and we see the 30-minute curl down, is that a good thing? No, it is not. That is a roll, and that is a bad thing. You want to see this exceed a level of about 533.60, and then maybe you're able to pull back, or you see something small, and then on Tuesday, we just continue that move. Then we pull back with Jerome Powell to head up into Wednesday close. That is what I'm overall looking for, but I don't know if we'll end up before then, right? I think that we're going to end up with some kind of look at the end of Wednesday. I don't know if that look will be high or low, so I'm not willing to take money on it. I think right now your signals are pointing to it will be up high. And if this sets up by Thursday morning, you're going into GDP with some reversal signals, so be watching out for that. Thank you guys so much for being here today. The 2-hour chart for volatility has crossed down. If this is going to react back up and you're going to see some selling in the market, look for the 30-minute to confirm. But as of right now, the 2-hour has confirmed below all of the moving averages, suggesting that we can head in that downward direction and start a little bit of a downtrend. We will be watching out for that downtrend for some kind of daily move that maybe wants to retest back down into 1823 or even take care of the gap at 1722 if we want to see something crazy. We have extended the timeline, so pay attention to how it can extend, and I'm going to be taking a look at stocks as we get towards GDP. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys have a good one. Thank you for liking, subscribing, doing all that good stuff, and I will see you guys on YouTube later today. Peace out. I'll put you on a 30. See, actually, we should put you on a 15 for a second here. See how it's starting to go positive? It's starting to be like, hey, less and less probable to break down. All right. See you guys. Look for the move to 600 today. We'll see if it takes place by end of day.